Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards because Commander's number one. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I am joined today with everyone. We got Brian, we got Slothy, we got Sherman. Slothy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well, thanks. Bit of a hectic week, but I'm glad to be talking Magic with my friends. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. It was a quiet week for me for once, which was actually pretty nice. We got lots of things done that we'll talk about later on in the episodes. And Sherman, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good until I saw Brian's deck tech here.
Yeah, Brian's list is an interesting one for sure. And Brian, how are you doing?
I think I could talk for all of us. Well, all of you guys were like a lot more alive just like 5 minutes ago, and now you all seem dead. But
hi everyone.
I have risen. I'm ecstatic. We hit a huge milestone.
Oh yeah. Go on.
I think we should talk about that a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like we can now do we have the power to do kind of memberships on YouTube along with some other cool things. So we hit the milestone of being the first tier to get into the YouTube partner program. So we've hit the partner group with the good old Papa Google and YouTube.
Yeah, kind of good news, and everything gives us a little bit more ad revenue to eventually do more things with the show, more exciting stuff. If you see the YouTube videos, we're going to keep increasing the quality of them, kind of thing. So
yeah, like why stop now? I just again put a little bit more juice in my caboose, and I'm gonna keep on working away.
I don't think that's a saying. You should not use that saying.
I just thought of a rhyme and went with it, Daniel.
How much juice is in your caboose, Brian? Don't drink that juice.
Edit that out. Let's see here.
Edit mark.
Shouldn't have be taken out of context here.
It's yeah. So it is definitely good news. Thanks everyone.
What about coal in this hole?
Nope. No. I do want to say though, thanks everyone who listens every week and who checks things out on YouTube, who even listen to the podcast. We always thank you at the end. If you don't get to the end, then you don't hear it. But yeah, with that kind of just out of the way, Brian, you're very happy with this deck list. You saw this commander. You wanted to build this commander pretty spot on.
Again, it's Orzhov, so we're talking about. I guess I should unhide it for the video here. We're talking Eriette of the Charmed Apple, or I call it Eriette and her cursed gifts. I think this deck, I just read it and I knew instantly what I wanted to do with it. I'm just going to enchant other people's stuff.
Yeah.
If it's enchanted, I don't have to worry about it. Unless Sherman kindly reminded me your commander dies. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, your commander dying is a big problem.
I love the artwork for this one, and I had to build it. Especially the foil. The foil version of this is mwah.
Yeah. You have the other artwork, right? Not the normal?
Yeah, I have the extended. I think the one that should be on there, but yeah, it's
like the cartoon
artwork.
Disney kind of thing.
Yeah, the Walt Disney
they're
feel.
both nice.
The Ariette playmat, like that was the box topper art for Wilds of Eldraine. That just wasn't credited. It took me a long time to go find that. I think it was Thunder who actually found me that artist eventually and stuff, and I got that playmat finally, and it just all of the Ariette artwork has just been great in every version of it. But I really like that playmat of the Wilds of Eldraine one. I wish I could get a playmat of this the animated one too. It's done really well.
Yeah.
What I think they just kind of now weird brain, right? If they did a flip card for the mythics, because like Eriette with the Charmed Apple, right? The first thing you're thinking of is this wicked witch handing out or like trying to, I guess, kind of steal life, right? And in the movies, they always don't look that way, really, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been kind of cool to have this is like the wretched looking witch with like just the desiccated face and just like.
To be honest, you could make just another token of that for the end step trigger that you get.
Yeah. I activate this, and she turns into what she really looks like, zapping everyone. I think that just as an idea would be amazing. But I'm not going to ruin my foil. Maybe if I get another version.
Yeah, this was before we go into what the card actually fully does. We played this on your birthday stream. It was the first game we played.
Yeah,
you gave
I needed
gifts.
to play
I gave gifts. It was a birthday stream for everyone.
Yeah, it didn't do well though.
It did pretty good. You almost killed Sherman.
Jerk.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was
you
that
did a
game.
Jerk.
You did a lot to Sherman.
Yeah, you were hurting Sherman. You were draining him.
I only put if I remember, I think I only had three enchantments out at any point in time. I wasn't really able to get into really gifts.
3 enchantments with Eriette though. Let's not get it with that's like 9 life a turn that you're draining from the table.
Yeah, you kept on trying to take my Madrotha, and then Daniel gave you something, and you hit me.
No, I wasn't trying to take your Muldrotha. I was just trying to give your Muldrotha a gift.
Oh no, you gave it the reanimate. Yeah,
get Madrotha.
You're crazy.
Yeah. So
crazy
anyways, jump into what Eriette does. What's this ability?
So we got Eriette of the Charmed Apple. It's a white and a black legendary creature, human warlock. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can attack you or a planeswalker you control. And at the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control.
Pretty good.
It's so nasty. It's so nasty.
It's wonderful.
Cards like this should come with a warning. You know, like instead of flavor text, just be like, if you play this, side effects include losing your play group, losing friends, losing your dignity,
hurt feelings,
coughing, sneezing, drowsiness, hay fever, you name it.
Black eyes.
Black eyes, that's funny.
Swelling around the face constantly every time you play.
But I realized that this commander might be one of the only commanders that could win or hold off against your brother's little robot guy.
Against the slicer?
Yep.
If you can get something on it, yeah.
Yeah.
But that only... The problem is that the... I guess it's not goad, so it's not a problem.
No, it's
they can't
not
attack
goad.
you.
It cannot touch me.
True. That would get around it.
Everybody else can have a real bad time.
Yeah, slicer must attack. Yeah, that's a very good ability. It's kind of like a ghostly prison without the pain.
Yeah, because if you're considering I don't want to be enchanting my opponent's stuff, even if it gets down to just me and him with goaded stuff. But they cannot attack you.
Yeah, and you're just passively draining. The big problem I would say is your commander dying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it got no inherent protection, yeah.
Well, no, so one idea, because I guess we already know the talking about the weakness of it is the commander removal. So I guess I'll mention one of the cards. So if we can get out one aura and put it onto our commander, we then do have Greater Auramancy, which then will lend the protection to Eriette.
Yep.
So there's one additional way, but then you also have your boots and stuff like that.
I don't think you got boots in here, Brian. Oh, hey, you got boots. Man? No, you got boots. Yeah, it's the Brothers War artwork thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into your artifacts and see what you got. So we've got some kind of base ramp. We have our Arcane Signet, 2 mana. You tap, you get 1 mana of your color's identity. Fine.
When I went out and I saw this artwork, I knew I needed to grab a couple of these. It's the new Commander Sphere from Commander Masters. Just the 3 tap it, add 1 mana of any color, but you can then also sacrifice it for a card draw if you really need to.
Yeah.
Please, Sherman, take the most probably angering card that would that fets you here.
You have the stupid Helm of the Host. You're such a jerk. So, how just having one copy of your commander out is already annoying, especially when you're like, because like Brian, when he has his commander out, he spreads the love according to him. So every single person gets an aura, at least one aura. At least he tries to, right? So he doesn't just pick on one person. But
it usually goes in descending order of scariest creature to least.
Yeah.
But I'm not scared to bump up a Land of War Elves, and let's see a big booty elf going around.
So, but normally you lose like 3 life, 4 life every single time it comes around. With Helm of the Host, you're doubling it. And you're just such a jerk because of that. Such a jerk.
Yeah. Just kind of thought of I needed a way to expedite a game potentially.
Expedite with Helm of the Host. There you go.
Yeah. Well, other than like one of the cards that you mentioned that's in here, I don't typically play with searches anymore. There's no real tutors. So really, I like to go into my games as we're Russian rouletting this. What I get is what I kind of get. And let's see if my deck's gonna treat me nice.
No, that's fair. Like, and that's something that we've all have been doing lately. We've all been slowly removing our tutors and whatnot. We're slowing it down just because it's more fun when you can play more turns. So as opposed to like, turn 4, everyone shuffle up again. So
but Helm of the same Host, 8 cards.
Yeah, good lord.
Helm of the Host it's good, but it's a really, really expensive investment. Like it's 9 to get onto your commander when you're trying to get other stuff out. I think is a little slow.
It's slow, but at the same time, because you're making it so that people can't attack you with the commander because they have the auras on, you're giving yourself some time, right? Plus you have the life gain, so even if they attack you, unless they're attacking you with the commander, you normally don't really care so much, right? So you have the time. The commander makes the time for you.
I feel the payoff or the reward is overall worth it.
Can I give you just one offer of something you might like more in that spot, in that specific slot?
No.
I would if I was doing this, I would leave everything so far the same, but I would change that to a lithoform engine.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
That's lithoform.
Lithoform engine's a 4-mana legendary artifact, so it's got a lot of things that are fun for this. So number 1 is lithoform engine has pay 2, tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You can choose new targets. So your end step trigger for 2 mana, you get to double it up. That's its worst. That's the floor of the card. Number 3, you copy target instant or sorcery you control. You can choose new targets for it. That's okay. You can double up a little bit in this deck, like with some removal. I'm sure you have. But number 4 is you copy target permanent spell you control. So 4 and a tap, copy target permanent. So it gives you the ability to not only like dump mana into it. Like let's say you have something you really, really like for getting your enchantments on. Like I really, really want to throw this out, but I don't know which creature to put it on. Now you can just any of your 1-drop enchantments. You can pay 4, get a second one for any of your big enchantments. I just think it's
that's true.
Better in that slot because it doubles up your auras, which will later on be better for Eriette.
Touche.
I just with Eriette not having any inherent protection, it just seems like a really, really rough time to even if you're pretty on curve, right? You 3 mana, get Eriette out, then I'm going to get Helm of the Host, 4 mana, that's your 4th turn. 5th turn is you go to equip it and somebody destroys it. That's put you back the 3 mana of costing Eriette, another 2 for it, and then the 9, like you're back 16 or 17 mana trying to equip Eriette.
Yeah, I don't think I would be playing it that fast.
But that's what I'm saying. Even at your best, right? And late game, you've got a lot of enchantments. You've got so many enchantments that it's kind of not going to matter. Like if you're at that point of mana, you're probably already draining us for 10 a turn.
We hope.
That
dream.
Yeah.
That's my only. I personally, it's a personal thing for Helm of the Host. I put it in every deck because of the same thing. I'm like, I want more commander, more of it. And and I just get trapped by it every time. Everyone plays removal. I go to pay that 9 mana. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then they kill my commander, and then I'm sad.
Panda?
Yeah, right. It turns something that's not yet a problem into an immediate. You're kind of calling everyone's hand, right? Like if everyone has removal, it's going at your commander when you put this on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to maybe saving it. I don't know. That's my rant. Please.
That's
Please,
fair.
that's my
fair.
TED talk.
I don't know. I love this card, but I'm a degenerate, so.
Yes, you are.
I play again. This also could be an only me problem. I play with 0 interaction in a lot of decks, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I get everything exiled, right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I
tend
play
to be a problem, Daniel.
And I tend to be a problem, so I do get it pointed at me lots. You're not wrong.
As much as you want to say, like, kill Brian first, if anyone does play with you, it should be you that goes.
It almost always should be me, but it never is. I'm so endearing. I'm so endearing in games.
You are the problem most of the time. You initiate it.
That Daniel mops it up and then just surprises everyone.
Yeah,
Daniel lets things go. He wants to see your deck go off, so he will support you.
That is
you,
true.
On the other hand, you just drop things. You don't sandbag. You just drop whatever you have in your hand. You're always the problem. Because
you know what? Sure, but you were just complimenting me the other day on it. I know how to sandbag. So what?
Those are lies, everyone. Do not believe the hype.
Brian is making these things up.
Yeah. Gaslighting Brian on the show.
I hate you all.
All right, whose turn is it for this Jet Medallion? We've had a 13-minute TED talk on Helm.
I'll take it. We got Jet Medallion, 2 mana. Black spells cost 1 less.
You might as well take the other one too.
Well, I'll do Orzhov Locket in between. We've got your Locket, 3 mana. You tap for a black or a red, and then you can pay the 4 hybrid or black and white. Sorry. You can pay the hybrid Orzhov 4 times, sack it, draw 2 cards. Good early ramp, good late draw, just random.
And then we get the Pearl Medallion, just like the Jet Medallion. Instead, your white spells cost 1 less.
Mm-hmm. And then we got the good old Soul Ring. This is just a whole lot of ramp. I want to be able to play my stuff.
Then we've got the protection for the commander. We got Swiftfoot Boots, 2 mana. It's an equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste, and equip for 1.
I just don't have enough Lightning Greaves. I think I was dumb and traded some in.
There's just not enough Lightning Greaves, right? It's that's a card that needs like a mass reprinting at common. Just throw it in a common slot and just reprint it ad nauseum.
Well, they've been reprinting them in commander sets and everything, but at the same time, like in this deck, you don't really need the Lightning Greaves. It's nice, but
I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure Lightning Greaves hasn't been in any of the commander sets, the commander decks.
No, that's the only spot it is. It's always in the commander decks.
Oh, is it? I thought they've been switching it out for Swifts.
Oh no, it's always Lightning Greaves. That's how they pump some of that value in those decks. They just, here's a Lightning Greaves, I guess, because it was what, like $10 until recently.
Yeah,
for sure.
Now it's like $2-3, I think. So because of like the low price point, everyone's just buying them out.
Well, it's got a slot in so many decks, right? Like both Swiftfoot and Swiftfoot and Lightning Bahutes. They both have like good use in every deck, right? Like they're not Soul Ring level, but they're still very.
Yeah, it's like if you don't know what else to put in, you might as well just throw in the Greaves.
Why isn't it good in Yenna?
The Shroud.
Yeah, only if you're targeting Yenna. Don't enchant Yenna.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Enchant other things.
You're bananas.
Or just go into another creature
and
enchant Yenna.
I'll finish this up. We do have a Talisman of Hierarchy. We got 2 colorless, tap it to add for a white colorless, or tap it for a white and a black, and it deals 1 damage to you.
Yeah. Good ramp section. You're not really high cost in this deck from what I've seen.
No.
Yeah, so you don't need a ton of ramp. Do you want to do what do you want to do next? Creatures?
I say creatures next, just because that's going to lead into the enchantments.
Or do you want?
Yeah, that's a pretty good setup.
Do you want to save enchantments, or do you want to?
Yeah, we'll save enchantments. That's the main
The end.
potatoes.
Okay, so let's jump into your creatures. You got an Archon of Sun's Grace. It's it's obvious in an enchantment aura deck. 2 and a 2 double white 3/4 Archon flying lifelink. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. Whenever an enchantment enters under your control, you create a 2/2 white Pegasus with flying. That's awesome. It just passive token generation for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So much life you're gaining.
Oh yeah, and they're lifelinkers and flyers. Yeah. It's a lot. That card really overperforms in a deck like this.
I just see it as added defense if I can get it out, just to have extra blockers if I need to. Ooh, what's the next one? I'll take Boromir then. We got good old Ned Stark, or what's his face. We got Boromir, Warden of the Tower, 2 and a white. Legendary creature, human soldier, vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring tempts you.
Such a great card.
Mm-hmm.
Such a great card. I love this card. It's so hard to find, but it's so useful because there's so many free spells that you can cast in Commander now, that this is almost a staple at this point in time.
It's a problem.
100%.
Baby stacks card.
Yeah.
It's become a real problem. The amount of I cast stuff for free from exile.
Mm-hmm.
No problem if you don't like fun. What guys can't have a good time anymore?
Daniel, unless we can interact with your deck and play your stuff, I don't think you have a ground to stand on.
I'm playing my things just fine for the table.
Okay.
All right. Let's go on here. Slothy, do you want to take it or do you want me to take it?
You go ahead, I'll take the next one.
All right, sounds good. All right, so the next one we have Esper Sentinel. So one of the most annoying cards right now. For a 1 white, 1/1 artifact creature, human soldier, whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power.
Wow.
This card
Did you
is
pay the
so
one?
annoying.
Wow.
So
It's a
good,
good
so
card.
annoying.
And then Daniel, be scared by the next card, because I'm pretty sure it was on your scariest cards.
Nope, not mine. I don't play interaction. You have all the fun you want on your turn. I got nothing going on there. You got Grand
I don't know who
Abolisher.
said this card, but what if he did?
No, not me. Double white. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate artifacts, abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments.
And the card is
Did you say
Grand
Grand Abolisher?
I think
One of you guys
you're having a stroke,
on
Brian.
the scariest list.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was you.
Yeah, maybe it was you.
Interesting. I don't think I did because I play it.
Grand
Next
Abolisher
one
is
we've
fine.
got
Sorry.
here is Mesa Enchantress, 1 double white for 0/2 human druid. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you may draw a card.
Yeah.
And the card draw with enchantments has been insane. And I love that there's some great white ones to put into this kind of a style, because Yenna, with all the different enchantments you play, draw a card, it's dumb. Like being able to play an enchantment and draw like 6 cards, fantastic.
Yeah.
This next card though is absolutely amazing. The Ondu Spirit Dancer, 4 and a white, core cleric. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, you may create a token that's a copy of it. Do this only once each turn, and it's a 3/3.
That's strong. That's nice. It's really strong and really nice.
Yeah,
Right?
Ondu is one of the better cards of the year.
That was in the Onyxia precon, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Pretty sure it's sitting at like a $24 price point.
No, 14.
Well, I got gypped at the store.
Well, it probably at the time was at that. Yeah,
I know.
I bought a bunch of these Ondus. They're really good.
Oh man, next one I personally hate so much. So it's Rankle, Master of Pranks, 2 black, legendary creature, fairy rogue, 3/3, flying haste. Whenever Rankle, Master of Pranks deals combat damage to a player, choose any number. Okay. Each player discards a card. Each player loses 1 life and draws a card. And each player sacrifices a creature. I hate Rankle so much. Every time I see it out, I kill it right away. So, because every single time someone plays it, without a doubt, they always choose at least discards a card. I hate that so much.
Brian, I'll get you to take this next one. I can't understand it, so.
So, Razakath the Foul-Blooded. He got 5 and 3 black. Legendary creature, demon, flying, trample. Pay 2 life, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, and then shuffle. And it's an 8/8. I just pulled it, and I thought it could have a home in here.
But you don't have creatures to sack. You have like 13 creatures in the deck.
He has a Pegasus.
I don't know about this.
Do you know
Brian.
what? Like most times that I'm able to actually play Razakath, but usually later on in the game, and I'll swing with, say, a Rankle, and then I'm like, I don't want to end this on this, so I will sacrifice the Rankle, go and fetch whatever, and then put out whatever enchantment I may want to grab.
So you just have it for fun.
Yeah.
All right. I keep my disdain to myself.
Take your boy, Dan.
Skrelv makes sense. Razaka, I don't know about that. We have Skrelv Defector Might. It's 1 white, toxic legendary artifact, creature Phyrexian Might, 1/1. Skrelv can't block. All aggression with Skrelv. Let's go. Phyrexian White, you choose a color, another target creature you control gains toxic 1 and hexproof from that color until end of turn. Can't be blocked by creatures of that color. It's that's the can't be blocked as well as pretty cool with the hexproof.
Yep. Let's get in.
Next one we've got here is Saram, Senior Edificer. 1 and a white for a 2/2 legendary dwarf advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, draw a card.
I love Saram.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fun.
As soon as I saw this, I was like, I'm turning into Sherman. I think you're the only other person, Sherman, that I see play this guy.
Saram's great.
No one else really plays white in our group that often. Or if they do, they don't really play aura equipment or vehicles that often.
Yeah,
I love my vehicles.
That's it. Yeah, vehicles.
Yeah, I love my vehicles. They're stupid. They're slow. But they're fun.
The flavor text on that version of SRAM is really funny. Always have the right tool for the job, especially if the job is blasting Phyrexians in the face.
Yeah.
Monument inscription. It's the new artwork of SRAM in that masterpiece frame is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't like them at first because they put them on uncommons as well. What is it? I can't remember the name.
There's a bunch of them that are I don't think it looks terrible
or whatever it is. Just looks bad.
I think that you just don't like that style of it because they were the invocation frames, the invention frames are all different. I think you're talking. I think the emoji one you're talking about specifically is the Hour of Devastation kind of masterpiece frames, and a lot of people don't like. A lot of people didn't like that one. Like they didn't like the De Gero and Hazard. I love those personally. I love I like those ones, but
I like them, but I don't believe that it actually belongs on a uncommon because it was primarily like these are our big cards. Like it's just
it just frame just a frame for the artwork and stuff. Just kind of no different than the legendary frame. I love the legendary frame with that little swoop at the top and stuff. I really think that was a cool way to distinguish the cards.
True.
All right, next card is Starfield Mystic. 1 and a white. Creature, human cleric. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Starfield Mystic. And it is a 2/2 right now. Solid card, cost reduction, always good.
And people tend to want to let their creatures die, which has your enchantments then going to the graveyard.
Yeah,
so.
it can buff this pretty quick.
Yeah. People, I don't understand. People just don't like your gifts. It's really weird. Like, I'm just helping you guys out, but they don't like it.
Your gifts
this
are
one,
bad.
no, they're good. As we get through them, you guys are all be like, hey, like a majority of these enchantments are actually good. We have Transcendent Envoy, 1 and a white enchantment creature Griffin, flying. Aura spells you cast cost 1 less to cast.
Yeah.
So, like, I really like it with the medallions, or sorry, the Pearl medallion, stuff like that. They really get the reduction on the cost, and then you got these guys. Really, a lot of our spells are just cheap. So if you're able to get a good draw going, you can tend to play these like a lot out in a turn.
Yeah, it enables pretty explosive kind of play styles.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Slothy. Yeah, you want to finish this last one here, Slothy?
Sure. Last one we've got here is Weathered Wayfarer, 1 white for a 1/1 human nomad cleric. You can pay a white and tap it to search your library for a land card, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle. Activate only if your opponent controls more lands than you.
I thought this guy was a lot more expensive.
It was. It just got a bunch of reprints.
Oh, okay.
Like a bunch. It was just in Tales of Middle-earth, Double Masters, Mystery Booster. But until then, it was like only 9th edition and Onslaught. So it was pricey for a while. Like it was $10-15.
So
that makes sense then.
My question on you guys is, when do you think Wizards is going to stop supporting white with card draw and land ramp?
Yeah, they are really like powering it up a lot.
Yeah, because I know the joke back in the day used to be like, oh, white's the weakest because of all these different things. Now they've gotten so much support. When do you think they're going to stop? Or if they ever stop, do you think people will complain again, saying like, why is there nothing this time?
Yeah.
I hope they don't stop.
White shouldn't be outdrawing blue, though, and outramping green is the problem.
Ruth. Like, what was it? There was someone that asked us, it was Strange Ronan. He's like, I want to have you guys discuss a topic. What is the worst color and why is it red?
Red's hurting.
I laughed so hard.
Red needs help, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Well, yeah, but it depends on what kind of help you're talking about, because red's mainly known for exile, top of your library.
Yeah, like impulse.
I guess, yeah, okay.
So, it's not actual card draw, it's impulse.
Looting.
Right? But you're in red, so that kind of works with how it's supposed to be anyways.
Do you want to hit your instance here?
I was going to say, let's jump into sorceries, because I only got 2.
Oh yeah, there's only 2 real fast.
Sure. We feed the swarm, 1 in the black. You destroy target creature or enchantment opponent controls. You lose life equal to its mana value. You've got life gain on your commander. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, always nice.
I need to have some form of enchantment removal. I feel there's always one problematic enchantment that someone else is going to play.
I like this just because it's target creature or enchantment. I know there's you have instant speed things like disenchant or anything, but this targets a creature or enchantment, which is nice.
Yeah,
right?
Doubling up and giving you the options is nice.
Yeah, when it comes to removal, I like having it with a creature or an enchantment or an artifact. One of those combinations, not just enchantment artifact is a lot less, because normally artifacts is ramp, and enchantments is normally some sort of support, which sometimes you want to remove, but normally most people will have creatures that are strong. So
sometimes it says permanent, which just means land. Slothy.
Yeah.
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 That's just mean.
He started it. I'm just be honest.
I started nothing.
Well, fine then. Well, I'll go on to this one. Unfinished business, Slothy. We have unfinished business here. 3 and 2 white. Sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then return up to 2 target aura and or equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to that creature.
It's a great card. I love this card.
My
So good.
story ends when I say so.
Technically, you can get pretty good value if you have your Helm of the Host on this.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, if you can unfinished Helm, someone kills your commander and you unfinished Helm of the Host to the battlefield, I'll give you that. I'll be the first to admit.
You haven't seen my final form yet.
I will be the first to admit that would be a pretty good play.
Fantastic.
All right, let's hit your instance. You have your brought back as well. I really like these ones that just, again, bring things back. You got double white instant, choose up to 2 target permanents in your graveyard that were put there for the battlefield this turn, return them to the battlefield tapped. That doesn't matter to your auras. Who cares that they're tapped?
You know what's funny? I see people play this, but I rarely see them use this for land.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for like fetch lands and stuff.
Yeah, I rarely see people do that. Like
that's a smart idea.
Sorry?
So that's a smart idea.
Yeah, like you do it for a fetch land normally, right? But most people like they just do it for the one unless they're in green, then you can like drop like multiple lands. So I can kind of see why, but at the same time, like you rarely see it for those reasons now.
Well, the nice thing too is it's not the next time a card will be put in, bring it back. It's just whenever, just generic for the turn. So like you said, you can even fetch your land that's going to get you the color to use this.
Yeah.
Really explosive fetch land plays.
I like to see it.
Let's go to the next one here. Fracture, white-black, instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. Once again, you have like options, which are always nice.
And I absolutely love this artwork. This generous gifts is mind-blowing, and I will buy all the foil art, like full art foils of this one. So generous gifts, 2 and a white. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 green elephant creature token.
Yeah. Then we've got our Path to Exile. White, exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
Yeah.
Then we got
it's Path.
Yeah, Path. Always nice, always good. And we got a nice return to dust. So 2 white, instant, exile target artifact or enchantment. If you cast a spell during your main phase, you may exile up to 1 other target artifact or enchantment.
And then obviously we have the Path. We got to have the Swords to Plowshares. 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power.
Try to build without the same 5 white cards in every deck challenge. Impossible.
Yep.
Diversify, Brian.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then you have Teferi's Protection because you put Teferi's Protection in every deck as well.
Like Frank's Red Hot.
That's I don't like Frank's Red Hot.
Neither do I.
2 and a white. Until your next turn, your life total can't change. You have protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Exile Teferi's Protection.
I need to keep my stuff alive. It's just a fail safe.
I know, but
the fail safe to the blasphemous cyclonic rifts.
Again, it just I don't know. Get some flavor in your life, Brian.
I do have flavor.
Yep.
Play blue.
Try different restaurant. That's what I'm saying. You're going down to the same watering hole.
Or play blue, because watering hole, water, blue.
Yeah, make a spell slinger deck, Brian.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Blue. Sherman really wants you to play blue, Brian.
I guess that's gonna be the challenge. I'm gonna have to do it. Yeah.
You'd have fun playing blue, I think.
I didn't like the goblin-y guy.
You played
Mizzix. You played like
blue constantly.
I was gonna say you played like 4 games with Mizzix.
Yeah, that sucked.
You tried 4 with 1.
Every every game.
Do a storm deck. Storm decks are fun. It's fun to
Play
it's fun.
Vedrick.
Yeah, it's fun
Let
to
him Greg.
It's fun to see how much you can how high you can count. For me, it's often 4.
God, that means I have to learn how to play like instants or flash.
You can storm on your turn. All right, so we're at the meat and potatoes of your deck. It's your enchantments. Yep.
You want to start us off with this
Slothy,
gift?
You want to start us off here?
Yeah.
Sure. First one we've got here is Abzan Runemark. 2 and a white for an aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance as long as you control a black or green permanent.
I like.
That's pretty big.
Yeah. Gifts.
Yeah.
Let's make a land aura 3/3. Let's go.
3/3 vigilance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then we have all that glitters. So 1 in a white. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. I like this one.
That's a strong one.
It gets so big, and it's fantastic when you're like, hey, just so you know, that creature that I enchanted of yours is like a 9/9.
Remember when this used to be like $8 when it first came out?
Yep.
All the glitters.
And it
I
was
got
a
another
common.
big reprint.
It's phenomenal, though.
It's so good. Because I remember this came out at the same time with Smothering Tithe.
Yeah.
And everyone just went nuts.
It's such a sleeper card because it can just like take something from like not a problem to like, oh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But especially with it being artifact or enchantment. So like if you're sitting there with a stack of 20 treasures and you're like, are you ready? The next one we have here is Angelic Gift. 1 and a white aura. Enchant creature. When Angelic Gift enters the battlefield, draw a card. An enchanted creature has flying. So let's give someone else's creature some evasion.
The passive draw on it too is just really nice.
Yeah. I tried to find cards that would either give me something additionally or maybe some sort of reoccurrence.
The next one is an overall theme. You talk about wanting to give people gifts, but you've like put a weird like sub stacks theme in the deck that just gets you targeted. You literally in the game, the first time I saw your debut game with it, you turned 1 to this and got yourself killed for the whole game because of it.
I don't know what we're talking about.
It's like Authority of the Consuls. It's a great thing in a stack step, but why is it here? This is your gifts deck.
Well, you see, I like to live dangerously.
It just I don't see how this furthers your game plan because you want people to attack, so their cards coming in tapped isn't a benefit.
I would like to slow some stuff down to the point where I can make sure that I can enchant those creatures.
Yeah, remember, you got to get to 9 mana for Helm of the Host.
It's a lot. I'm just saying your sub theme of stacks cards is probably not helping your I'm giving you gifts line of politics. Because you already have to politics around the opponent's losing life thing, right? You've got to be like
news.
Yeah,
fake news.
You've got to be like, you know what, guys? I know you're losing a little bit of life, but look at how hard you're able to hit everyone else. But then you're just like, it enters tap. It enters Authority of the Consuls. Alton Fairy's protection. But what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, realistically, if they're entering untapped and they've got haste, they probably don't have auras on them, so they can attack Brian. So if they're tapped, that gives him a turn to get something on it, so they can't attack him.
But again,
don't give him excuses. Don't give him excuses.
It just
yes, no. Slothy's my boy here.
But again, it just I don't know.
Maybe not his lands, but
the payoff, right? Like I see the payoff. So like it's like you may stop someone haste attacking you, but you will. So you may stop you. It may happen. That may, but you will make everyone else in the game angry with this card.
So,
but if they can't attack you, then
no, but they can attack you the next turn.
No,
Not if they're enchanted.
Not unless they're enchanted.
But that's what I'm saying. Because they're enchanted, I'll just be like, oh, now I just have to kill Brian's commander, and now he's buffing my creatures to help me kill him.
Not unless you can kill the commander.
That's what I just said.
So this comes back around to something that we always discuss and we always talk about here and there from time to time. And this topic always comes back up, is looking at the card and determining what the floor and the ceiling are constantly. Because most of the time when you grab a card, all you do is think about the ceiling. Oh, it could do this, it could do that, all that stuff. But as Dan has pointed out, what's the floor? The floor is everybody will attack you and you will die. Yeah, I think that's a pretty bad floor.
Yeah, the floor is just passively annoys.
If they can attack you.
But that's the thing. You're making it so they want to. Brian, if you watch the game back where you played this game, you played this, and you can watch my brain, you can watch the numbers flying around, and it's just like, well, now I have to kill Brian. Because I'm trying to...
I see your mouth opening, but all I'm hearing is French.
I was trying to play Beamtown Bullies, which puts creatures into and forces them to attack, and your card makes them tapped. So you would have stopped everything I could do. So you made yourself the only viable target with 1 mana. With 1 mana, you drew the entire ire of my deck.
Maybe pick a better deck.
The deck was fine. It killed you.
Play Slothy's floaters again.
But we'll talk authority of the consoles. It's creatures your opponents enter tapped, and whenever a creature enters under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. It just, again, a stack sub theme. Just, I don't understand why. I don't get the thought process personally.
To me, it's I would like to. If I can slow the table down to a point where I can make sure I have the commanding position, that's the thought.
But you're drawing the ire of everyone to get there.
Daniel, do you forget who I work for? I am the cable company, and nothing you say will change anything.
I don't know. Again, everyone, there's no right or wrong way to play. I'm just saying that it's an odd mix of themes to be like, here are gifts. Psych. Not right. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Slothy, how about you? How about we continue this conversation?
Yeah. Next up, we've got Bane Wasp Affliction. 1 in a black, enchant creature. When it's put into the graveyard, its controller loses life equal to its toughness.
That's pretty good.
Can you imagine putting this onto like the creature that has all that glitters, and then you just blow it up?
That actually does make it so that it's very not removable. You can direct removal at something else for once.
I like all these different enchantments that they have. Like, it makes them instantly so they can't attack me, but then there's a little something else.
I love Bitter Blossom so much. I got to take it. It's the 1 in a black for a tribal enchantment fairy. Beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life, and you get a 1/1 black fairy rogue creature token with flying. It's one of my favorite enchantments in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I've just picked them up every time I see them because they just getting an additional creature here and there's
every artwork version of it is so good. Mm-hmm. Like the Secret Lair is great. The Ultimate Masters is really, really good. Like the Jesper Edge thing one, the Wild of Odrain's one. They're just all so good.
All right. So the next card here is Authority of the... Oh, wait, no. It's Blind Obedience, you jerk. We just talked about this.
So I pulled this one in like one of my boxes, and it's the anime foil, like full art foil stuff. So I just needed a home for this card because it looked so way, and
it also looks like
it does almost look like. Well, I think it's probably Eriette in the picture, so it has to be in there. And the Witch's Way. We gotta
feel like you should pull it from the deck.
Yeah.
Plus, Extort is so nice on just I pay 1 for my enchantment and then I pay for my extort. Like to me it feels so nice.
So blind obedience, everyone who doesn't know, 1 in a white enchantment, extort. So when you cast a spell, you may pay either a white or a black, and if you do, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain that much life. And then artifacts, creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield apps, just like Authority of the Consoles.
My guys, it looks like I'm draining your guys' life here. You're all like just looking so down at my deck list. And I'm getting all giddy.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to play Magic. This is the wrong way.
It's the Brian way. If you wanna all your friends to laugh and look at you the way that my friends are right now, this is how you want to do it.
Why does everyone kill me first? So anyways, blind obedience.
Blind obedience is such a good card.
But then we have Brilliant Halo, 1 and a white. Enchantment creature gets +1/+2. And when Brilliant Halo is put into a graveyard from play, return Brilliant Halo to its owner's hand.
Solid.
Yeah, that's a nice card.
Then we've got Commander's Authority. 4 and a white for an aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield.
This is the one I typically try to put onto my commander.
Not bad. Get your
and
extra.
then with Razakath, this is how in my 1 game I was able to continue just Razakathing.
Yeah. You have this conviction, which is great for this kind of deck for so many reasons. It's 1 in the white, enchantment aura, enchanted creature gets 1/3, and you can pay 1 white to return it. So if you've got your draw cards, which you obviously do, like your Mesa Enchantress, your SRAM, it's just a great way to blink and get extra card draw. But you can also move it around as the threat comes in. It's really cool. And it's got really good flavor text. There's no greater coward than one who believes in nothing. Love it.
I do have a question. The 1 white, is any player able to pay that?
No, you control it.
Okay. And if any player, it would actually be stated on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was putting it in, and I was like, I can't remember if I equip it, if that player would be able to pay the 1.
No. If it said enchanted creature has it, then they could, because they control the creature. But
yeah, but you control the enchantment.
Got you.
You control the enchantment, so only you can pay your enchantment thing.
It's like if you have equipment on a creature and I steal your creature, I can't equip.
I don't get the artifact.
Yeah. So, next one is Cunning Rhetoric. 2 in a black. Whenever an opponent attacks you and or one of your more planeswalkers you control, exile the top card of that player's library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. When I saw this one in your deck, I was kind of confused, I'm not going to lie. Yes, because you're trying to give stuff to everyone, and you're hoping that they don't attack you. So, and you have a bunch of defensive stuff. So this one's, like, confused me. Can you go through your thought process?
No one likes to lose cards.
So if they can attack you, yeah.
So if they are able to attack me, okay, you're actually getting through, but I'm going to get something of yours.
Not if you're dead.
That's true.
More reasons for us to kill Brian.
No, basically deterrence. I looked at it as a threat deterrence.
Yeah, like don't swing at me with your whatever passive things.
That's fair. That's fair.
I know that I took one of Daniel's cards from the top of his library, and he absolutely went ape poop. So
you took 4 lands in a row.
He's not going to swing at me. I'm going to take his top land.
I was on 2 lands. You took 4 lands in a row.
Ooh.
4 back-to-back lands in a 2-mana game.
And then a fun card here is we do have Curse of Exhaustion, 2 and 2 white. Enchant, so it's an Aura Curse enchant player. Enchanted player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. So if there is one player that's slightly getting problematic and out of control, we can slow him down just a smidge.
It's just a stack deck, Brian. It's not a gift deck.
If you look, a majority of my enchantments so far have been beneficial to the players. So I don't know what we're talking about here.
It is still going to drain one life as well.
We've done 12 of your enchantments, and 4 of them have been for you.
It's okay. He still has 31 more enchantments.
You've got your authority, your blind obedience, your bitter blossom, your commander's authority. Oh, and then also your cunning rhetoric and exhaustion. You got 6 for you. You're at 50% for you, Brian. That's not a majority at all.
Continue reading. We got to continue reading.
That's not a majority, Brian.
We still got to continue reading.
Oh, I do like this one though. Your cursed flesh. I'll take this one. The 1 black. Enchanted creature gets -1/-1 and can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and black creatures. That's
I like this.
Mean.
Mm.
You can really get things through.
Yeah, let's get some evasion. Let's give some evasion away.
The next one we've got here is Despondency, 1 and a black for an aura. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0, and when Despondency is put into a graveyard from play, return it to its owner's hand.
Solid.
I needed to just for that last one, that last line.
Again, just
to be able to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. Any of those things that recur, come back to your hand in any way, are just going to keep paying off over and over.
Yeah.
Oh, this next one I love. Ethereal Armor for a white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike. I love the fact that it has first strike.
That's pretty gross.
Right?
Mm.
And then, if you put it on whatever creature also has all that glitters, let's go.
Yeah, they just get so big so fast.
And then this card it needs to be in here. We got Flowering of the White Tree, 2 white, legendary enchantment. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. And then non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1.
It's such a good card. It's a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I needed that ward, just added protection to my commander.
It's such a good anthem in every part of it, in every sense of the word. It's just amazing. You have your Ghostly Prison. 2 and a white. Creatures can't attack you unless they pay 2 for each creature they control that's attacking. The extra deterrent.
Yep.
Then we've got Ghoulish Impetus, 2 and a black for an aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has death touch, and is goaded. And when enchanted creature dies, return Ghoulish Impetus to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step.
Every part of that's mean.
I love this card.
Mm-hmm.
Death touch, must attack, and anthem, and it keeps coming back. That's brutal.
Right? See, listen, now we're hitting the majority.
We're still not.
I don't know what he's talking about.
We're still not. There was Ghostly Prison above it, Brian.
And Flowering of the White Tree.
Yeah, my mind works. Barely, but it does.
Then we do have Gift of Orzhova, 1 and 2 Orzhov. Enchantment Aura, Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying and lifelink.
Nice, solid.
A good way to politics around your drain. You know what? I'm draining you, but here you go. Your creature now has lifelink. Get your life back.
Yeah. Just keep on attacking. Don't attack me because you can't. Too bad. Next one. Greater Oromancy. 1 and a white. Other enchantments you control have Shroud. And enchanted creatures you control also have Shroud. Annoying.
Mm-hmm.
A pretty easy way to get your pseudo enchant. It's pretty easy to get the protection on your commander that way, but cards like this are why I started playing blanket, oh, I can't target your enchantments, destroy all enchantment cards.
Yeah, they're all monsters.
Destroy all enchantments is a real powerful effect to run. You wanna You want to show people what removal really looks like? Put one or two of those in deck lists.
Well, especially nowadays, like back like with Commander, like even like 4 or 5 years ago, like not too long ago, you didn't have too many decks that ran enchantments. It was mostly like creatures and artifacts. And now, like the Wizards have been pushing a lot of like more powerful enchantments and enchantment commanders. You're seeing it more often. You have to have enchantment board wipes now. It's almost like a must.
Well, and they're throwing in like the reprints like nuts, like doubling season again, like 2 back-to-back reprints, right? So packing that removal is more important than ever.
Y'all are crazy. Doubling season will ever go down in price?
I can't ever see it being like a $10 card. I wish it was, but I can dream.
They would have to like probably massively reprint. That's
they have been, and it's still not.
No, but like to a point where like the stores couldn't even get like sell out of them.
I don't think that would ever happen though, with how popular token decks are. Like it's always going to be a sold out one. The cheaper it is, the faster it's going to sell out.
That's true.
You have your Karmic Justice. Whenever spell or an ability an opponent controls destroys a non-creature permanent you control, you can destroy target permanent that opponent controls.
This artwork's so awesome with the Green Knight.
Yeah.
I like that. The anime artworks are really cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them.
Next up, we've got our land tax. Single white. During your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, put them into your hand, then reshuffle your library after.
Fair enough.
Then good old Leyline of Sanctity, 2 and 2 white. Enchantment, if Leyline of Sanctity is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. And just gives you hexproof.
Yeah.
Nobody can touch me.
This is what he was trying to take your Muldrotha with, Sherman. Take this next one.
The Necrogen Communion. 1 in a black. Okay, so Enchanted Creature has Toxic 2. But it also gets, when this Enchanted Creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So, it's such... Oh, it's a strong card. Don't get me wrong. It's a great card. But Brian throwing this on my Muldrotha. And the fact that I can't replay my stuff. It's like, like Muldrotha is like what, a 5/5 or a 6/6? Like Muldrotha's big. So people are going to want to block.
Can I get a commander with this, or would the placement effect?
Replacement effect.
You could if they didn't send it to the command zone for some reason. If they wanted to give it to you. Or if you controlled their turn. Like with a Mindslaver?
Or Emrakul?
Yeah, any of those effects where you could just kill their commander and then she'd be like, yep, I send it to the grave. Goes to Brian.
The next card we have here is Pariah, 2 and a white, enchantment creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead.
Yeah.
So that big beefy creature that I'm making, he can take all that damage that if someone is able to successfully get through to me.
Slothy, you want this next one?
Yeah. We've got Polluted Bonds, 3 double black for an enchantment. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life.
Yeah.
Nice, solid.
You have Seeker.
Once again, more. I don't see this being a gift.
I have comments at the end of the deck, Brian. Constructive criticism, some may call it.
That's good because I got to go in like 2 minutes. So,
so we have Seeker. It's 2 double white. Target creature can't be blocked except by white creatures and artifact creatures. So like the white version of Fear.
All right, and then we have Shielded by Faith, 1 white. Enchanted creature has indestructible. When a creature enters the battlefield, you may attach Shielded by Faith to that creature.
Yeah, nice to
Gifts.
move it around.
Gifts for everybody.
Then we've got our Sigard's white. You may cast aura and equipment spells as though they had flash, and whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you control.
Love it.
That's a good card. Technically, also a
home.
way to get your Helm of the Host on.
Yeah.
I wish the price would drop on this, but you see it in Modern and Pioneer a lot, so it's probably going to stay up there though.
Ooh, you got Skrull's Hive as well, my boy. 1 white. Beginning of your upkeep, you lose a life. Create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might that can't block with Toxic. As long as the opponent has 3 or more counters, creatures you control Toxic have lifelink. I like just those passive aggro little attackers.
Yeah, it's your boy's home.
I love Skrull.
And obviously, I'll take this one. We got. I pulled a lot of the anime ones. We did get a Smothering Tithe, 3 and a white.
Pause.
Enchantment whenever.
Pause. This is horrible artwork. Continue.
It is.
It's horrendous. This is up there in bad. I've never seen this artwork, and I would have been great doing the rest of my life. This is bad.
Like Faithless Looting bad, or
like this is bad.
you?
I understand what it's trying to do, but it's pretty bad. It looks like somebody who's more talented than me at art tried to make a mockery of how I would do a bad art project. That's the only way I can describe this. That's my thoughts. It looks like that one was shocking. Please continue, but that was abrasive.
Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player may pay 2. If that player doesn't, you create a treasure token. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like Rapunzel with the gold hair or whatever, or is it?
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. There we go.
It's a lot. It was a lot to take in. It shocked me. It was like going out in the middle of the night. If the sun was out, I'd be taken aback.
Who wants to take the next one?
Sure. We've got our Soul Link, 1 white and a black for an aura. Whenever an enchanted creature deals or is dealt damage, you gain that much life.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Sphere of Safety, 4 and a white. Creatures cannot attack you or planeswalkers you control unless the controller pays X for each of those creatures, where X is the number of enchantments you control. Saving my comments for the end.
And then we have Stab Wound, 2 and a black, aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2, and at the beginning of the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, that player loses 2 life.
Did they kill Humpty Dumpty here?
Looks like it. Or I think it's just it's a jelly donut with candy cane arms.
It's just like in the Candyland from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then who wants to take this last one?
I'll grab it real fast. Why not? Zealot's Conviction for a white flash. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Has corrupted. As long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, enchanted creature gets an additional +1/+0 and has first strike. Nice, not bad. Good addition.
And then for our lands, really mainly just basics. I have a Vault of Champion, a Bajuka Bog, Exotic Orchard, Command Tower, and then just some other searches and Rogue's Passage, just if I want to get something in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you don't have the one land, Heliod's
Hall of Heliod's Generosity.
Thank you. So,
I could probably, like some other recursion items could definitely go in here. I just didn't want to pull too much out of my Yana deck, really.
fair
Enough.
Yeah.
Because it would probably run like the same land kind of base. Like I could have my Sarah Sanctum in here if I really, really wanted to.
A Hall of Heliod's Generosity would be like my only change. Like it's not a bad land base.
Yeah.
Just
Pretty
for that
even.
recursion, yeah. It's it's the it doesn't seem like a bad deck list. Like I said, I have comments. I'll let Sherman go first on Sherman's comments.
Playing against this deck is annoying by far.
Why are you starting with that? That's not a constructive criticism comment. That's just complaining now.
You're so like you have these enchantments you're trying to give away as gifts, but you have so many enchantments that
This sounds like an intervention.
I mean, it could be
like like 35 enchantments you have. We can go through and we can count how many you're actually giving away and how many are like actually like, you're keeping for yourself. I don't see the gift giving here.
You guys just got to readjust your eyes.
Like Daniel had the Gruul commander from
Kama
Kamigawa. He gave away more stuff than you did.
That's the whole deck is that. Yeah, Slothy, do you have any comments before? Yes, please.
Daniel's like 30-minute rant.
No, it's a quick one.
I actually really enjoyed this.
Okay.
I think that it had a nice balance of things to both give away, because on your commander, for them to lose life and you to gain life, the auras don't need to be on opponent's stuff. So the things that you're giving to your own things benefit as well. And also things like the Sphere of Safety will very much decentivize people attacking and going after you if they've got to pay 35 per creature to do it. I really like all the things you have to kind of slow things down while you get your engine going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I would throw in a Hall of Heliod's Generosity, but other than that, I think it's really solid.
Slothy, I thought we were friends.
Your land's gonna pass Slothy for a couple games.
Yes, my goal worked.
No.
All right,
Brian. I have a few issues with it. Number one, you don't have enough auras.
First off, let me know that I love you.
Yeah, know that you're loved. This isn't meant to hurt. It's meant to heal. You don't have enough auras in your deck. You only have 20. You're only running 20 auras in your deck. That's supposed to be the whole commander is themed on auras. But if you're pairing that with the commander's ability of not attacking you, that brings your stacks cards to 45.
Sounds great to me.
So it brings your stacksing in the deck to like more than 2/3 of your deck list. So it's not a gifts deck. It's a deliberate the opposite. You're
that's why it's called my cursed gifts.
But they're not. There's not even gifts. It's like I said. It's under 1/3 of your list is your main theme of it, unless your main theme is stacks.
If I said, "Here, Daniel, here is a cursed gift," would you be fine with that gift?
No,
it's cursed.
This is
cursed,
again,
guy.
But again, it's stacks gifts, because even trying to like go on the like, okay, well, here's a gift. You're putting it on my creatures that you're tapping and that you're sitting there taxing me for drawing. It's like I wouldn't have personally. Again, there's no right or wrong way to play. I wouldn't have gone this direction with the deck because you just made a stacks deck.
Yeah,
that's all it is, and it's again I've only seen it once, and I saw it get hurt pretty badly.
But how much? But okay, so I was getting hurt badly, but how was the rest of the table doing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I wanted to kill you.
You put down authority of the consoles, and then I just kept trying to kill you.
No. Yeah. But the rest of the table is all at 7. They were all at a lower amount of life.
I was
so my deck was doing its thing.
In fairness,
with everyone else trying to kill you.
Sherman was at 7 life because you made him lose half his life on an attack.
That was because of Connor.
No, that was because of me, Brian, because I was trying to kill you.
Oh yeah, that was you.
I was trying to kill you and convince everyone to kill you. I don't know. It's like I said, I just would go more into the aura route personally. Like it's the whole point of the commander is auras, and you've only got 20 things that are going to trigger the ability. That's pretty, you know what I mean? Like with your lands and other things, it's not a wonderful percentage to draw into. You do have lots of enchantments, but like Mesa Enchantress is for whenever you cast an enchantment, you draw, right? At least. So these are still doing it, but SRAM's only triggered by 20 of the spells in your deck. He's not getting the extra benefits, so SRAM's almost not a solid spot at that because he only, like, you have an under, literally an under 20 or an under 25% chance to trigger SRAM, right? I just think that you're missing a lot of really good abilities. You've got good flash, like you've got really cool auras that are in there, the ones that are in there, but I don't know, Brian.
This deck is, like, I have to say, like, this deck is more of a slow play. So, like, I can still see it, you know, like, yeah, it doesn't draw as much, you know, doesn't have that many auras and whatnot, but
I went in wanting to be able to take control, like early.
Play blue.
Be able to play this.
Yeah.
Once you find the Eriette, Daniel, then we can talk your deck here.
I have an Eriette. I have an Eriette deck. It has 60 auras.
Actually made
it has 60 auras in it, Brian.
So should we all make an Eriette deck and just play it on stream once?
Yeah,
or like a couple times.
Like the Orvar deck?
Comes on top?
It's a 7-hour game because nothing can attack anything else.
And everyone's losing life but gaining life at the same time.
Like,
I have the 700 because of my extra things, but yeah, no, realistically, those would be my only changes. Like again, if you're looking for more of like a giant, like aggressive pillow fort, then your build path's good. I would 100% never play the Smothering Tithe artwork. This is an abomination. But other than that, like this is rough. This is a brutal artwork. But other than that, like the deck list doesn't look bad. I just think that you can't call it a gifts deck. You can't, like, you know what I mean? I can't be like my fun everyone deck and then be like, so anyways, I Ulamog. It's going to confuse people.
No, it's a play on the words. That's why I call it my cursed gifts, because there's no real upside to it.
Where are the gifts? You have to still give the gift for the cursed gift. I can't be like my no creatures fun deck, and then it's all Eldrazi. It's all Elvish Pipered in Eldrazi, and you're like, what happened?
You're picking up what I'm putting down there, Daniel. You're getting it.
It's a play on words. You said this was fun. What play? But no, it's like I said, it's a fun deck. I can tell like it's more into your play style. Like it's very different than how I would build. But there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, in all seriousness, like I like to say that my real only change to it is I really don't like that Smothering Tithe artwork. And then the Helm of the Host. I think it's a little expensive. Going through the list, seeing that you've got some recursion, the Sigarda's Aid, those really do change the math of Helm of the Host.
Yeah.
Like being able to 1 mana Helm of the Host in and start getting extra commanders is a very strong ability, right? Undeniably. So
yeah, especially like, and I didn't think I needed, so like on the number of ores in the deck, I didn't, with the amount that I'm able to recur, like the 3 or 4 of them, if I'm able to just keep kind of rotating them through, 3 out, that's 3 damage a turn, and I don't really have to do anything, and I can sit back and just allow the commander's ability to erode everyone. And that's what my thought process is. If I can at least put up my wall, be able to sit back, and then they attack one another, because they're going to have to do something. And then, yeah.
Let me see if I can. What is this card here? You vamp for a moment.
It's like he's looking up something that will destroy your whole deck in like a heartbeat.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, so Brian, I was making sure that before I started talking, I have too many decks to remember everything that's in it. Mine has like 60-ish auras in it, right? They're all positive auras. And then I have Arden, which is the beginning of my combat. I can attach any number of auras and equipment to target permanent or player. So I can like move them all around with Arden. So I fill the board with auras, friendly, that can't attack me, and then I put them all on my commander and kill someone. Then I move.
All right.
All
right.
That's my play style. But again, right, if you're trying to, if you're used to, everyone's building on their play group, right? This is I'm going off because I will. I'll politely say I don't like that smothering tide. That's really funny. No, yeah, this is everyone's play style, and if you're used to people kind of playing a little quicker right now, then this is a nice way because it's not an insane budget. You've got a few cards that are expensive, but those are always going to be the expensive things like your Greater Auramancy. Those are big cost cards, right? You can cut the budget down, and if you're trying to slow your game just a little, yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, that's it. I just want, if I can slow someone down just a turn or two where I'm not getting that like initial, like say that slicer card, if I can just prevent that initial slicer hit, then I'm good. So that's where I'm kind of going into it.
The auras are very odd in the deck too, right? Which makes like a really fun way to play against that. It's not just your typical like one-off, like every aura deck runs like blah blah blah. So I really like the way that you've gone about it in that like sense.
Yeah, I want a different, unique little enchantments that I wanted to keep the cost between 1 to 3 CMC, so that if I do say have my medallions and stuff out, that it brings it down to 1 or 2 a cost. And then if I'm able to what's that ability where I zap everybody's life? I can't remember it, but oh well. Like it's just, I would like to be able to try to get my cards out. But yeah, I could see like 20 auras being a little bit lower on the curve.
But if you're not playing it as an aura deck, which you aren't, then it's good because like I said, if you look at your main theme, which is stacks, let's not get that twisted. You're well over 2/3 of the cards in your deck then, and especially with your commander and stuff. Like if you look at most people would look at this and look at the bottom card and be like, okay, like I will drain, so I will give auras, but you obviously took the top to heart. Yeah. Again,
sure
like I said, like I said, it's very cool. Just you just have to understand that it's a stacks deck when you're playing it, and also the Ondu Spirit Dancer. We did talk about that, but the ability to have all of these doubled up is crazy. Just even getting the Ondu off on like a polluted bonds, that's brutal against like losing 4 life and you gaining 4 life. Like if you get a double of that, that's disgusting. Right? Like there's a lot of these that should never be doubled. Smothering Tides artwork, for instance. It might be up there with like a Faithless Looting on how bad I dislike this artwork. There's like 5 cards that I just but no, it's again, it's a cool stacks deck.
Well, thank you. I was actually very happy with the deck, but not anymore. Thank you guys.
No, it's like I said, it's a cool one. I was just looking for an aura deck, Brian. I was looking for auras.
I got some cool ones. You openly admitted it there.
I do like it, and I like your ability to recur a lot of these. Like I said, they're really cool. It seems like a fun deck that I like things that people aren't going to threat assess off the hop, and I would not have threat assessed this deck like this. So if you didn't turn 1 Authority of the Consuls, would not have like started swinging at you. You'd be like, oh, Brian's like playing like a semi-group hug deck. I'll leave him alone. But then my whole game plan is putting in creatures to attack and you're making it so I can't do that, then you get killed with a leveler.
You're so mean.
But yeah, no, I'll end there, Brian. I'll end there. I'll stop criticizing your deck. Thank you for everyone who got through my unhinged rant about Brian's cards. If you want to hear more of any of our content, we're on everywhere that you can listen to podcasts, Spotify, Apple Music, Google, blah, 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 blah. Check out our Instagram is like the place we talk a lot. Slothy manages the Twitter, so talk to Slothy on Twitter. Really, really easy to find all our content on into99.com. We are in the midst of revamping a bunch of cool stuff with patron tiers, with now YouTube memberships as well, which is cool. We do a lot of live streaming and stuff. I think we might be doing one next week. I'm just double checking. So definitely check back in on Twitch. It's really fun. And yeah, our merch store is going to be having some pretty silly stuff in it. We've got some playmat designs, like big oversized playmats, because sometimes you can't fit everything on one playmat. So check out the merch store, check out kind of what we're doing. And yeah, thank you so much. And then we have a few deals coming up with some sponsors, so they will be there too, but I can't tell them just yet because we're still working them out. But yes. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great rest of your week. And Brian, the smothering ties are horrible.